It is 11 at night. You are scrolling your phone before bed. And then it happens. Your favorite player just got traded. Not benched, not injured. Traded. Gone. Playing for someone else by Tuesday. You read the headline 4 times because your brain refuses to accept it. The first 3. This is the guy. The one whose jersey you own. And somewhere, right now, your team's front office is treating this like a routine Tuesday transaction instead of the emotional hostage situation it actually is to you. Here is the strange part. This happens constantly. It is not a glitch in how franchises operate. It is the operating system. Picture the war room, long table, too many laptops open. The general manager stares at a depth chart like it personally insulted him. Someone says the sentence that starts every one of these disasters. He's still really good, but that but has ended more fan relationships than any betrayal in television history. Because the front office isn't measuring whether a player is good. They already know that. They're measuring trade value, which isn't about how good you are right now. It's about how good you'll be relative to your contract 2 years from now when someone else has to pay for it. A player you love watching is, to the front office, a depreciating asset with a jersey number. In February 2025, the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Dončić, an All-NBA player in his prime who had led the team to the NBA Finals the season before, to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis and additional pieces. Doncic hadn't requested a trade. He wasn't unhappy. He was just, in someone's spreadsheet, an asset that could be flipped before his next contract made him more expensive to keep. The reaction wasn't disappointment. It was grief, with a press conference attached. Fans showed up with signs calling for the GM's firing. Season ticket cancellations spiked so fast the team had to address it publicly. The front office knew this would happen. They just thought the long-term math was worth the short-term riot. Why? Because GMs aren't paid to keep you happy in November. They're paid to win in a year you haven't lived in yet. Does that make the move smart? Not always. Sometimes it's genius. Sometimes it's a catastrophe wearing a blazer. In 2018, the Toronto Raptors traded DeMar DeRozan, a homegrown fan favorite who'd publicly said he wanted to retire a Raptor, for Kawhi Leonard, who was coming off an injury-plagued season and reportedly didn't even want to be in Toronto. Fans were furious. DeRozan felt blindsided. Instead, Leonard led Toronto to its first championship in franchise history in 2019, then left as a free agent that summer. One title the city keeps forever. One fan favorite who never got to be part of it. You judge the trade in real time, with your heart, based on who you'll miss. The front office judges it with a calculator, based on who gives them the best shot 2 seasons out. Sometimes the spreadsheet is right. Sometimes it blows up in the GM's face on national television, and the fan base never lets it go. So why does this keep happening? Every sport, every era, because you and the front office are optimizing for 2 completely different things, and nobody in the building has to say that out loud. You're optimizing for connection. They're optimizing for asset value under a salary cap with an owner upstairs who wants results before the lease gets renegotiated. Here's the part that makes it worse. A beloved player has trade value precisely because the other team's fans love him too. Your grief is, quite literally, part of what makes the deal work on the other end. So the next time your team trades the guy, you can't imagine the roster without. Remember what's happening on the other side. It isn't cruelty. It's a front office treating an emotional bond like a line item, because that's the only language the job speaks. Some of those trades turn into banners. Some turn into a general manager updating his resume by November. You won't know which one until years later. It is 11 at night. You're scrolling your phone before bed. And somewhere, a front office just decided your favorite player is no longer the answer to a question you didn't know they were asking. If your team has ever done this to you, you already know the feeling. Subscribe for more of what's really happening behind the scenes in sports.